All right, so we're back to do some more work on the 72 C10 Cheyeene. We've already got the bench seat covered, so today what we're going to work on is getting the carpet installed. While we've got the bench seat out, we've got to install a fuel sending unit and the gas tank cover. But first, we need to get the inside cleaned out. So, y'all hang loose. We'll be right back. Well, Houston, we have a problem. One of them kind of minor, the other one, it's a little bigger, but it's not the end of the project. So, let me turn you around here and I'll show you what's going on. Alright, so as you can tell, we were in here vacuuming, cleaning up, getting the old carpet out, pulling all that junk out. Got the scuff plates pulled out in here. And I noticed when I first pulled the scuff plates out, kind of like right over in here, you can see where my finger's at. Now I started seeing a little rust. Well, this is the first time I've really seen any rust on this old truck. So, like I said, it's right over in here. A little water could have, gotten caught coming in from somewhere. These trucks weren't that watertight back in the day. And so I didn't think much of it. So I just continued on cleaning. And I kind of half expected this right here. This is the old factory sound deadening crap that they put back in them back in the day. I mean, it was whatever. It's like, I don't even know what this stuff's made out of, but it's basically tar paper. It's just heavy tar paper. And I don't think that this foam, because I just don't think they put this foam in here. I think that the owner of this truck did this. I could be wrong. Maybe it did come factory. I don't know. If you know, hey, why don't you go down there and leave me a comment and tell me, yeah, they put this kind of foam in back in the day. But it just doesn't look like factory to me. But anyway, moving on. Let me lift this up and I'll show you what I found. And we got to do something about this because I can't leave and just cover this up. And will not leave and just cover this up. Bum, bum, bum. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. Yeah. Nobody actually, I believe, knew about this. I did not know about this. Or I would have had it addressed when he had the truck painted. I would have told him he needed to get this taken care of. It's pretty scuzzy over here around this kick panel. And let me get you in a little closer. And you can see, I've got you on wide angle, but there we go. It's going to be covered up, but this has got to be repaired. We can't have a truck this nice and just throw carpet back in on this. And with any other person I would do this for, any other customer that I would do this for, I would get on the phone and call them and send them pictures and show them and get permission before I carried on with this repair. But I know this man, and I know if he saw this, well, I know what he would say. Fix it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix this, and we'll get over here and we're going to look on the driver's side and see if it's this bad. And if it's not, fingers crossed, we hope that it's not that bad. But if it is, I'll bring you back in here real quick and show you. And then we're going to discuss what we're going to do to stop this rust and fix this problem. Okay, so let's get in here and we'll look the driver's side. There's a couple little light places, but nothing near like that stuff over there until, well, you get over here by the kick panel. Yeah, no, I don't detect any real holes here, but there's some good flaky rust going on right there that we got to fix. So let me get set up and we'll talk about it. All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to, first of all, I scraped on it a little bit. It is all basically surface rust. It is not, I do not see any holes anywhere. I've looked along the seam where they body caulked it. We're going to wipe it down with either some lacquer thinner or some kind of a thinner cleaner. And then we're going to pour 15 it. We're going to pour 15 all this rust once we've got all the scale and loose and funk off of it. And then I'm likely, depending on how it looks, I may come in here. There's a seam sealer that came down right here, and I have a feeling that the seam sealer goes all the way down this crack right here. Make sure that's not in your camera view, but I have a feeling that seam sealer probably ran all the way down right here and into this channel, which is supposed to be a drain away from the best I can tell. I'm not going to remove, if I can help it, I'm not going to remove this gasket. This is the factory original. It's still soft, it still seals. I'm just going to kind of peel it back out of the way. There's only one bad spot on it, and it's like right there, and we're just going to kind of leave it alone. It said factory original on a lot of this stuff. It's only factory original once, and I don't think we need to go through all the hassle of replacing the door gasket. So let me get to work. Okay, we've done some further cleaning, we've done some further poking, and we've seen some further rusting. This hole, that don't count that one, I'm covering that one up. That is a screw hole, that is legit, that is to hold the scuff plates in. Those holes are rust holes. So what we're going to have to do, and there is one way back there, as you can see, that's a pretty good one. What we're going to do, we're not going to be trying to weld on this finished truck. We're going to show you the passenger side, and again, ignore that hole, cover that up. And see, I was telling you about the gasket earlier. It's kind of a little scuzzy right there, but we're gonna, that's not that bad. We're just gonna ignore it. But let's see if we can get the camera down here. There it is. You can see the rust holes. You can see that some of this right in here is a little heavier than I thought, and I was accurate there. In that seam right there, that is filled with seam sealer. So you can also see right here, there is, let's stay focus. All right, right there is a rust hole into this rocker panel here, and one going straight down. So how are we going to fix it? Well, pour patch, of course. You've seen me use pour patch before. You know that it works. It is, as they say, impervious to all solvents known to man. So once we get it cleaned up and we get it down to some better metal, get some of the rusty scale off of it, it will stick. But what we're fixing to do for the next few minutes, we're going to hit the pause button on this. I want to get something accomplished today. I want to feel like I got something done. So we're going to move over here to the fuel sending unit. I've already cut the fuel lines in preparation to replace them. Those lines were hard, and to quote somebody that I watch regularly, old Pterodactyl on Terrell Fixes All, it's hard as a carp. So we're replacing those fuel lines, and there I have them right there laid out ready to go. And we have the sending unit sitting on the dash ready to go. So all we have to do is undo that lock ring, lift it out, and we're going to try to save the factory clamps and put them back on there. They've been working since 1972. There's no reason they won't continue to work. So let's actually get in here and see if we can get something accomplished. As I said earlier, I took the side cutters and I went ahead and cut the fuel lines in between where the steel lines are. I have a feeling I may have to cut these lines off of the here, and I may have to take this loose so that I can move this line to be able to put my fuel lines on. Now, what you have to do is there's a lock ring on here, and there's a couple different ways you can do it. I have a brass punch. You're dealing with gas fumes, you don't want to be making any sparks, and you can take your punch. It's loud, it's noisy, but you can tap. You can go around. There are places on here, barbs that stick up, that you can tap and turn that ring off. But on these, I tested my theory earlier, you can get a pair of chain locks and it pops that ring off really nice and really easy. Going back together, I don't know how easy or hard it's going to be because I have a new O-ring to put on it. And, well, it's probably going to take a little squishing and pressure. So that the fuel doesn't spill out the top, because my customer, when he was on his way over here, ran out of fuel and I had to go rescue him. So, let's see if I can figure out how to fish this up out of here. There it comes. Come on. There it comes. Let it drain out. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, my. I hope that sock is not floating around in there and plugging anything up. Yeah, the rubber O-ring is still soft though. It's a little, albeit a little squished, but it is still soft. But his fuel filter pickup sock, since 1972, well, it kind of went away. You know, I don't know if ethanol fuel did that, probably. It's not a big deal. It's got a fuel filter up by the carburetor, and that's what it's for. This is just to catch big stuff anyway. Alright, enough of me babbling. Let's set this down. Get the new one out. Let's compare. Let's see if they're close enough to the same. Timber, where my gasket and stuff. I'll have to climb out and get it. Let's take a peek and see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It certainly looks the same. So, let me go get my new lock ring and gasket, since it fell out the door over here. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I should be able to just slide it over like that and get it to where we want it. This piece should just slip over like that. Let's see. Should back down in there. Our O-ring is falling in place, and it is. And there's a little tab right here that sticks up, and there was two actually, and they line up with the two tabs on the fuel tank. Okay, so let's see if we can get this to line back up. There we go. We got to get it down below the tabs on the tank to get it to turn. Let's see if we can get it to do what we want it to do. Push down on it and turn. There it went. It's behind that one, behind that one, behind that one. Grab it. Be careful to not damage the post for the electrical. Just get it to turn. And there is a lock spot. You see on that ring, some raised points on that ring. And you want to take and get it. There it goes, and you'll feel it when it locks in. And that is it. Nothing to putting the fuel sending unit in your 1972 C10 Cheyeene. Now, you hook your gauge up. turn the key on and see what we get. All right, so it says it has between 1/2 and 3/4. Can't validate, cannot confirm or deny that. Since seeing as how we have cranked it up, moved it around here some, I don't know how much fuel it's burned. And we did fill it up before we brought it over here, but like I said, I cannot confirm nor deny how much fuel is in this truck. It does appear to be working because it moved off of where it was. I think this style is if you unplug it, it should go to full, I think. Yes. The gauge is working. So let's plug it back in. Let it settle back out. See if it stops. Okay. Well, we're going to call that success. All right, well, I've wrestled with that tank cover, and I got all the little pieces stapled the best I can figure out, and I have wrestled that tank cover till I'm about done with it. That idiotic tank cover doesn't come with any instructions, truly, and it just doesn't fit like you would think that it should fit. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're going to figure out how to get it in there somehow. All right, the pour 15 we put down. It was a nice day today. It was good and warm. We got into the 70s. That stuff actually cured up so fast, I couldn't even believe it. So I have my son over here. We have been thrashing. We ran, remember where we talked about running the bead of body caulk down there on both sides. There's a little spot right over there that's got some black showing through that we may have to figure out how to touch up. That is it right over there in that little corner. It doesn't look bad. This side covered, and but we got the insulation, we got the carpet back in, and we just got through melting the holes in the carpet for the seat frame so we can get the seat back in here. Got the speakers rerouted and rerun, and we're getting ready to put a seat in here. So we'll bring you back in just a minute. Well, it is all back together. Didn't get an opportunity to video a whole lot. We just did the best we could, and we got the thing put back together. But looks pretty good to me. All right, so I thought we would finish up with this 1972 Chevy Cheyeene C10. Take a quick walk around. This truck's been repainted. It's got a little bit of pollen and a couple leaves that accumulated in the back, but the truck, when it was painted, they went ahead and did the color matching spray-in bed liner, and it does still need a new set of tires. But other than that, old truck looks pretty good. Still in its factory trim. Truck presents really well. Truck still sporting its original 350 engine with 350 transmission. We have done a little cleaning up under here, no real detail, just knocked some of the dust back, and we recently went ahead and added some Freon back to the AC, and it's blowing cold again. All right, so now we're going to go into the interior. All the interior door paint and any of the paint that's on the interior is still original. The door panels are still original, but the armrests have been changed, and we recently went ahead and installed a new steering wheel. got a video on that. And we have a freshly covered in the factory print bench seat. Moving on to the floors. Floors have had a brand new factory carpet installed, and there have been new striker plates installed. Excuse me, not striker plates, scuff plates installed with the Chevy bow tie logo. And when they did the spray in bed liner, they sprayed these little areas right here in order to make them a little more scuff resistant. Also, a new dash cover was installed, so the interior has a nice, fresh, clean look to it. Alright, so I believe that's going to wrap up this 1972 Chevy C10. We've got a good bit of work done to it. It looks a whole lot better. There's a few more minor things that need to be done, and I suppose over time we're going to get them done. So in the meantime, while we're waiting to get all that done, why don't you go watch another video coming on the screen right now.